Good morning. It's Eric Arnold here in the Sports Barn. It is Wednesday, May 19th, probably about 7:30 in the morning. And we're here to bring you some more MLB picks, plus 2 NBA picks, if you can believe that. So let's get right to it. Last night, a little bit better than break even. We were close. And I'll put it up, so, there you go. What did we do here? We had the run line there with the Tampa. That went the way we wanted. And then we had a chance to have just a fantastic night with the huge 2-1 underdog, the Rockies, who lost in 10 or 10? Yeah, 10. Yeah, I'm getting confused. Like 8? Are we playing 7-inning games now? No, not always. They lost in extras in 10. Just could not get that hit, that key hit that would have put them up and won the game. Just couldn't get it. It was that close. So I don't think we were in the wrong place. It just didn't happen. Another winning night there for Pittsburgh Louis, I noted. He gets back on the right track. He continues to win. So, if you insist on winners, you demanding people, well, then look in the comments, and Pittsburgh Louis has been on quite the roll this season, so good for him. Today, what's today? I've been checking the election returns. That was yesterday. Did we win? Did we free ourselves from Tommy the Commie's ridiculous lockdowns, mandates, edicts, and every other illegal activity that he's done for the past 15 months? Well, no one knows. No one knows. We're back to another, does this sound familiar? The election's over, but we still don't know who won. The yeses, that's our side. That's the side of freedom. Yes to enable the state legislature to shut this bastard down. They're up about 53% to 47%, but now there's a lot of question. It's like, well, the mail-in ballots haven't been counted yet, and there's still a bunch of votes down in Chester County, and we don't know. No one's saying anything. Let's put it that way. The media has no idea. They're not. They're not talking about it. I can't find one article on the internet about it. The Republicans, they're not talking about it because they don't really care if they win or lose. If they win, the Republicans only put this constitutional initiative on the ballot just to shut up people like me. It's like, God damn, we got to try to pretend like we're doing something. These people are getting mad. They're going to torch our houses. We got to do something. I know, a constitutional initiative. Yeah, okay, we could do that. We'll do absolutely nothing to see if it passes. We'll just throw it to those people, and it'll either pass or fail. Based on them. We're not going to do a damn thing to see if it passes, and they didn't. They didn't do a goddamn thing to see if it passed. But I think it probably passed anyway. So we'll see. The Republicans, they're not talking about it because they really don't want it to pass. The Democrats certainly don't want it to pass. So they're probably trying to find every last, it'll be just like November. All of a sudden there are going to be a bunch of votes show up for no. They're digging in trunks of cars. They're filling them out on the back of napkins as we speak. So, I actually saw the vote total go backwards last night on the official state Secretary of State website for Pennsylvania. The yes vote had about 1,052,000. Looked up the next time, they had 1,031,000. It's like, well, that's pretty suspicious. Votes going backwards. How's that possible? But, I'm sure there's an innocent explanation, of course. Of course. They're so far behind, though. I mean, it's like 100,000 votes they're behind. And it's a primary election. There just aren't that many votes out there. Legitimate votes. You can make up as many votes as you want. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if they'll be able to make up enough votes. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that it's just going to be a win. So, we'll see. It won't be over for at least another week, I would imagine, that they'll just drag this out. You know, just keep counting. Just keep counting until you get the result you want, and then stop 1 second later. Yep, okay, here's the vote to put Snow up top, and the count's over, and we win. So that's probably how it'll go. All right, let's talk baseball. Like I said, split a little bit above 500 yesterday. So today we're going to do come with the Phillies. We're going to take a shot to beat the great Trevor Rogers. Just going to maybe make a stand here and just say that Trevor Rogers is not the next coming of Lefty Grove. Lefty Grove, I would say, probably one of the greatest left-handed pitchers in history. This guy's putting up numbers that are that kind of good at age like 23, or is he 24? I'm not sure, but this dude is due for a regression. And the Phillies had a big win last night. Just they had every reason to quit, to fold the tents, to mail it in, down 3-1 in the 8th. That's a perfect spot for the Phillies to quit. And this is not a great Phillies team by any stretch of the imagination. But the Marlins, they're not that great either. So the Phillies fought back and got the W against the Marlins bullpen. We think they're going to see some of them bullpen guys again today, because as great as Rogers has been, he doesn't seem to go beyond 6 innings. They're, oh, you don't want to get him hurt. Cannot get him hurt. He doesn't throw more than 85, 90 pitches. So, wouldn't it be funny if some 23-year-old, some team just said, we're going to pitch this guy. We're going to pitch him. We're going to go old school with this guy. He's going to throw 250, 270 innings a year. He's going to throw 130 pitches an outing. I wonder what would happen. I'm sure he'd probably get hurt, but wouldn't it be funny if he didn't? They're babying all these players now. It's just like, oh goodness, you were on a cross-country flight. My gosh, maybe we all should just not play tomorrow because we were on a cross-country flight. That was the comment of Mike Trout, that he thinks his 2-month injury was caused because he was on a cross-country flight and then had to play the next day. My God. I mean, terrible. Trout's been pretty sturdy, so I don't want to bash him, but gee, I mean, another running in a straight line injury, just I'm running from point A to point B, and another pull, another, soft tissue injury. So the baseball players right now are not distinguishing themselves much at all, at all. Oh, yeah, there was a no-hitter last night. That's now the 5th one this year. We're about a quarter of the way, maybe closer to a third of the way through the season. We've had 5 no-hitters, 6 if you count Baumgartner's 7-inning job. The record's 7, so seems like we're not going to just pass the record. We're going to smash the record. Spencer Turnbull, salute to you, 5th man throwing a no-hitter this year. Spencer Turnbull from the Detroit team. Anyway, where were we? Phillies, we're taking them for 1 star. The Blue Jays, we're going to try to get sneaky here. We're going to take them, try to get 1 star on those guys. I'm going to play the run line. The Blue Jays have not just been winning. They've been winning. If they win a game, they win a game. It's not a 1-run deal lately. They've been hitting the hell out of the ball. So let's try to take advantage of it. Let's see if we can get a 2-run win here against the Red Sox, who are very good. But right now, it just seems like the Blue Jays are on such an offensive roll that if they win, they're probably going to win by more than a run. So at 157, that seems to have some value to it to me. So let's do that. The Nationals, happy Scherzer Day. Max Scherzer goes to the mound. We've been waiting for the Nationals to break out, and I think we might just flat be wrong that they're not a good team. They're just not doing it. But Scherzer's been a pretty solid citizen, and I guess what makes us want to play this game is that Rizzo won't play. Anthony Rizzo. I told you there's 3 key guys in that Cubs lineup. When they're in there, you got to be wary of the Cubs. When they're not in there, you can play against the Cubs, I think. And Rizzo will not play. I'm 98% sure of that. They took him out in the middle of the game yesterday because of lower back tightness. Anyone that's over 50 knows what that is. And that doesn't go away overnight. So, he's got back trouble. That's going to be at least a day off, maybe more. So, we'll try to get one with the Nationals. They're about to be swept in Chicago. So, this is the stopper theory. The Nationals have the stopper going in Max Scherzer. So we'll play that. Now the games we like a little better. 2 stars here with the Cardinals. We're laying a big number here, but the Cardinals are just good. That's a good team. The Pirates are bad. That's a bad team. The Cardinals have a good pitcher going. The Pirates have a bad pitcher going. I just think this is a game that the Cardinals have at least a 70, I'm going to say up 70-75% chance of winning. And the number where it's at, I think there's some value there. I mean, 75 is, minus 300. I have that right, I think. And, so, I think there's some value there, even at minus 208. So, this will wreck our day if we lose. So I'm hoping Flaherty has it and holds the Pirates down so the Cardinals can get out early and front run these boys. The Astros, A's. I watched the highlights of yesterday's game. The A's, I think, had at least 3 home runs off of Christian Javier. And I think they were all fastballs. So, that Laureano, I guess he's one of those, one of the top 10 players in baseball, and you never heard of the guy. But he had 2 home runs, and they were both either fastballs or some kind of cutters or something. I don't think you're going to see many fastballs tonight off of Zach Greinke. So I think this is a good spot for him to do what he does, go in there and throw his junk, and I think that'll keep the A's off balance and they won't be able to homer. And I just think the Astros and A's now are kind of separating themselves a little bit in the West. And both teams are too good, I think, for one to have it totally over on the other. So, the Astros had the lead. They were, played really a pretty good game last night. And the A's just, did enough to get it done. They beat their bullpen. But I think now, it's the Astros' turn to get a W. So we'll take the Astros here. And then the Mariners. Again, I'm going to say the Mariners do something here to not get swept at home by the Tigers. The Tigers maybe hung over a little bit after the no-hitter. Giant outpouring of joy there in the Detroit locker room. They don't have a lot to be happy about in Detroit. Now they got something to be happy about. They've been playing better. But, the Mariners got some talent on that team. And, I think maybe they're ready to have a nice game here. I've seen this guy Skubal pitch for the Tigers. He's not good. So hopefully, and the Mariners pitcher is their young prospect, their young number 1 dude. So it'll be his second start in the major. So hopefully he'll have a half decent outing. And maybe some of these youngsters for the Mariners will, do something nice instead of all the joy on the Detroit side of the field. So we'll take the Mariners. So Cardinals, Astros, Mariners, and then fill in with the Phillies, Blue Jays, and Nationals. Basketball-wise, I guess you could rate all my NBA picks 1 star since I don't really follow it. But I think I have some decent logic here for both these picks. I just think you're getting Greg Popovich as an underdog, one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. He's been there, he's done that. It's a must-win game. He's an underdog. I think there's got to be some value there, that he is going to have something drawn up, that he's pretty much known that this scenario was going to happen for weeks, I think. And I looked at the record coming down the stretch. It's not great. It's certainly not great, but they've been playing some incredibly difficult stretch of the schedule. They've had like 16 of their last 24 games are on the road. And the ones that weren't on the road were teams like Philadelphia and Phoenix and Milwaukee. And man, they have played the toughest of the tough here in the last month and a half. So maybe the Spurs are just looking a little bedraggled because of who they've been playing. And plus, they've got these old dudes that have been saving themselves just for this next 48 minutes. That, like Patty Mills, who else is on that team? Rudy Gay, DeRozan. These are all, these are the kind of guys that, these are playoff guys. These are not regular season guys. I think Memphis, for the most part, is a young team, and I'm going to take age and experience over youth here. We'll take, I think it's a 4-point spread at the moment, so we'll take San Antonio plus the 4. And then the Lakers, I changed my mind. I think I mentioned in our NBA video, I expressed the on-the-fly opinion that the Warriors would keep it close. I don't know. I think maybe we're looking at it wrong. I'm going to take the Lakers. When LeBron's on the court, his record is basically, it's just much better. The Lakers are just better than the Warriors when LeBron's out there, and he's going to be out there. So I think the Lakers correctly see that the Jazz are a much more difficult opponent than the Suns. That's the way I would look at it. I think that's the way Phoenix or the odds makers are looking at it. In that Phoenix is 14-1 to win the title, whereas the Jazz are much lesser odds. I just think the Jazz are a tougher matchup than the Suns. I just think it's too soon for the Suns. The Suns, it's like they have no playoff experience at all, and I think in a series where this is your first playoff series ever. Who are you playing? Well, we're playing LeBron James. I just think that's a tough matchup. It's like they might go down 3 games to 0 just standing around asking him for his autograph. So I think the Lakers are really going to play hard tonight, trying to get that matchup with Phoenix. I think that's what they want. I think they're better than the Warriors. The Warriors, to me, seem like a one-man gang at the moment, and I just think the Lakers are more than that. So we'll lay the wood with the Lakers. LeBron's against the spread record in the playoffs is something phenomenal. I looked it up a year or 2 ago, and it was great. And nothing's happened since then that made it less great. So I think you could pretty well trust this guy in the playoffs. He's going to cover more than he doesn't cover. So there you have it. That's a lot of action for you. So good, great. Appreciate everybody that subscribed. Anybody hits the like button. Hell, anybody watches the video, we appreciate that. So good, and I don't know, I guess we'll have another video for you tomorrow probably. Thanks, and we'll see you again.